This is the Skyler Jarvis Show!
What's up, everybody? This is the Skyler Jarvis Show. I'm your host, Skyler, and today I got my boy Carson in the building.
That's me.
So it's going to be a more straightforward podcast than it was last time.
We're up in the air with this one. Yeah, we're up in the air. We're juicing it up with this one, man.
So, before we get started,
Okay.
I want to tell everybody that's watching these podcasts, thank you for the patience that
So
you've had with
much.
me and Carson. You know, we love doing these podcasts for you, but we also are human beings, and we
Yes,
need
we are.
we need our breaks. We need our time away so we can get better content to you.
That's right.
So whenever I get my drums situated, I've already talked to Carson about doing some drumming vlogs at my house, and that's going to make it easier on me and Carson to do drumming vlogs.
That's going to be cool.
So,
I'm going to be excited for that.
Yeah, man.
Really excited and really pumped.
So, this podcast, by the way, is being recorded on Wednesday. We didn't get one out today because there was some stuff. There was some stuff going on. Carson had some stuff to do, and yesterday we were going to do it yesterday, but then Phil's best friend Randy Ruffty passed away at 10:30 a.m. yesterday.
Shout out to Randy.
Shout out to Randy. We're gonna miss you, man. You know, I felt like I owed Phil a little visit, and we stayed for a few hours. We kicked it.
And shout out to Phil as well.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Randy.
Rest in peace, Randy. And you know, Phil is going through it. You know, we know he knows where Randy is, and Randy's not suffering. But you know, we all have a hard time when somebody dies. You know, and
I hate that, man.
this man helped me through one of the roughest times of last year when my mama Wilson died. My mama's mama. And he was there for that, and I just wanted to be there for him. And, you know, his friend came over. Shout out.
Shout out.
If you're listening to this, David, shout out, man.
Shout out.
I really enjoyed meeting you.
Cool beans.
I hate the circumstances, but I'm really glad to have met you, and I hope to hear you drum in the future.
For sure. He
For
drums?
sure. Yeah, he's a drummer. He was a drummer with Phil and Randy. They were a band back in the day, and they were longtime friends, and they're hurting, and you can tell they're hurting, and I just wanted to be there for them.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
R.I.P. to Randy.
Rest in peace to Randy.
For sure. And shout out to all the folks that are
And keep Phil
in support.
Keep Randy's family and Phil
In your prayers.
In your prayers. It would be much appreciated. You know, we all know they're going through a really rough time right now. But
Absolutely. And without further ado,
without further ado,
we will move this on.
yeah, okay, all right,
We're going to move it on into more lighter subjects.
So, what do you think? I told you about the new DA2 player.
You did.
That is coming out from the National Library Service for the Blind.
Yep.
They think it's supposed to come sometime in May, so we're really looking forward to doing that. And I really want to do a video of it whenever I get one. I want to do a video and put it up here and do like a demo or a presentation of it, you know?
Yeah, man.
I think that would be really cool, you know, just to show some blind tech off.
Just to show that blind tech off.
Yeah, man. You know, me and Chase are always talking about how cool blind technology is. And, you know, a lot of people use iPads, and that's cool, but, there's all kinds of cool stuff that you can get. There's braille displays. There's talking atomic clocks. Most people use their phone, but we used to have atomic clocks back then.
What is an atomic clock? I've heard of that. What does that mean?
So an atomic clock basically sets off of the clock in Colorado, or most of them do.
Whoa.
There's one that's recently came out that allows you to get the time off of your phone, but I know that your phone probably goes off the clock in Colorado, but I don't. That takes the fun out of it when you just have it connect to your phone. At least in my opinion.
It takes the fun out of it?
Well, yeah.
You just like to guess whatever time it is?
Well, no, dude, because it was cool to see your clock automatically update every time, not by a phone, but, just you'd have it sitting out on your desk at school or something, or somewhere at home, and you would just see the hands moving around, and it would be updating. So about
What do you mean
or six
by updating?
Updating the time would
the
update.
time would change.
Right.
The time
Well,
changed?
the time would update according to the Colorado clock, so it would keep on time with the Colorado
The Colorado clock.
Colorado clock. Without the use of a phone. So it just, I don't know. For me, that it just does. I've always liked seeing, atomic clocks work like that.
What is an atomic clock? You said that it's connected to the Colorado clock. What the heck is a Colorado clock? Listen, man, I'm new here to this clock stuff.
It's a clock in Colorado, duh. It's just a clock.
I
think it's like a big. Yeah, look it up, man. It's
look it up. Yeah, but this is more fun.
It's. I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it, dude.
Oh.
The clock.
Is it cool?
Well, yeah, it
Is it chill?
operates off of. Or a lot of clocks operate off it. I think your phone does.
See, whenever I hear of an atomic clock, I think of nuclear energy or something like that.
Yeah,
like a clock powered by nuclear energy. That's what I think.
I get that a lot. I really do. I get it a lot, and I'm like, no, that has nothing to do.
Do you
with,
have an atomic clock?
I do, actually,
Really?
and I'm actually gonna get another one in the future.
How big is it?
It's about. Oh man, it's about the size. It's battery powered. It's about the size of a.
So it's not nuclear powered.
No, it's not. It's not nuclear powered.
Okay.
No.
Well, I don't know.
Gosh, no.
This is my first time hearing about an atomic clock. Well, not really. I've heard about it before, but
Right.
I just didn't know what it was.
Right. Nah, that's understandable.
Atomic clock. Okay, I'm looking it up.
So,
Atomic clock. Here we go. Atomic clock. Atomic clock. Okay. Measures time by monitoring the vibrations of atoms, usually cesium or rubidium. Rubidium. To maintain extreme accuracy. They're accurate within 1 second in 300 million years.
Huh. I thought it ran off the clock in Colorado. There was a clock in Colorado.
Explanation atomic clocks are quantum physics. Use quantum physics to tune laser light to frequencies that cause electrons in atoms to jump between energy levels. For example, cesium-133 vibrates precisely 9,192,631,770 times per second.
Whoa.
Which has defined the length of a second since 1960s. Since the 1960s. Wow. Okay, that's above my pay
Whoa,
grade.
yeah.
So, to dumb it down, it's just an accurate clock.
It's a very accurate clock.
That's all we need to know.
I actually had an atomic watch before.
Well, I don't understand how does that happen if there's different time zones?
I guess it just figures out what time zone you're in. I
Yeah,
don't.
I guess
I
just
honestly
based
don't know.
off-
Like it's based off of your location, I guess.
So I wonder if these things emit some sort of radiation
No.
due to the atoms.
No,
I don't
these
know,
things
man.
are like the one I have is AA, but it's got AA batteries.
I don't
in
know
it,
how
so-
that works, and I don't know how quantum physics works either.
Yeah, me neither. I would like that was way more than I expected.
Actually, I got into it a while back.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. I got in trying to learn all that stuff a while back, and I just lost interest in it over a while.
Right.
I mean, it was interesting there for a little bit, and I was like learning about space and stuff.
That's the same thing with me learning apps. Like I was learning how to make apps,
Yeah.
and I was trying to do it on an Android phone, and that was just
Yeah.
it was so
It was just not
freaking
fun.
hard. Yeah, like there was one that allowed me to go in other apps,
Yeah.
and I would tweak with the different messages in the apps and
Yeah.
mess with it, and it would say something else. And
Well, a while back in like 2021, I really got into a rabbit hole of like learning a bunch of stuff in 2020 and just
this was
learning.
2017.
And I was just like I got into some physics, like quantum physics and stuff like that. And then I eventually ventured off of that, and then I homed back down upon like human biology and behavior science in general, like how humans behave.
Right.
That really intrigued me. That really got me
I bet
interested.
it did.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm really interested in, is just like human behavior. That really, really interests me. It did a while back too, like way before that, and I would read about it. I got a lot of books on human behavior and just learning to be the best one can be. I got into that a while back, and then I just kind of lost interest in the quantum mechanics of the universe.
Oh. Yeah, I can see. Like it's a lot to take in. Like there's
It is.
sometimes people get to talking about like different conspiracy theories. I'm like, man, I done lost you. Or different like quantum physics or something like that that's just real nerdy.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I lost you.
They're just like theories within like the space-time continuum and all that stuff.
Right.
And just the fabric of space.
That's always tripped me up.
Yeah, I mean, it's always interested me, but I think that my subject of expertise lies within the human behavior realm. And I don't even know about expertise, but it's the subject that interests me the most and what
Yeah.
I've decided to learn the most about. Because, I mean, if you know people, then I think that leads to success more often than not.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got a good viewpoint on it.
Because, I mean,
You got a
people...
good viewpoint on it.
Because I think that life is about people. It's about other people, you know?
Right.
So why wouldn't you learn about people and how they interact and how they behave and why they do the things that they do, or not even that, why you do the things that you do?
You got a very good point there.
Yeah, not just for educational purposes, but also, to understand other people's perspectives and just understand your own perspective and why people do the things that they do, so that you can then change maybe your habits or, help other people with what they got going on, or just relate to people even more,
Right.
Just connect with people in general. Because if life's about people, then, the human interactions that you get and that you have and other people have with you, you know, it makes life more fruitful.
Dude.
You dig?
I dig.
You're
yes.
with it, ain't you?
I'm with it.
You're with this human interaction stuff, ain't you?
I agree with it because, like, if humans stay pent up all the time, they're not going to get as much experience, you know, if they're out interacting with humans. That's why I am so against, you know, the cancel culture and just trying to cancel everything because you don't want to hear about a certain thing. Well, you know, the world is made up of these things, and we might not want to talk about some of them. We might, you know, feel like we don't talk about it enough.
Yeah.
There's some things I don't think we talk about enough.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. And it's good to hear other people's perspectives,
it's
too.
It's good to hear other people's perspectives.
Shines a light on...
Because, you know, there might be something that they know that you don't know. And, like, you might think about it a certain way, and then somebody comes and they think of it, and you're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah,
I never thought of it that way.
Some people aren't open-minded, though.
Some people are very closed-minded.
Yes,
I'm telling you, man.
They sure
Especially, I mean, I hate to say this, but, man, it's a lot of the younger generations.
Yes, it is a lot of the younger generation.
It's a lot of the younger generation that, like, have lived their lives on smartphones and tablets and stuff and never really got into the world like that.
I think that's kind of like a different problem, too. I think that's more of like an attention problem where they don't find anything else curious.
Right.
They don't find curiosity within anything else, you know, besides just the immediate gratification of the dopamine hits.
Right.
Especially with social media and whatnot.
Especially with social media. And see, like, streaming. Right here, I just want to shout out a good friend of mine I met a few weeks ago. His name's James.
Shout out to James.
I don't know your last name, but, man, if you're watching this podcast, shout out.
Shout out to you, James.
One of the reasons me and him became friends so fast is because me and him agree on the same thing, and that is keeping CDs, vinyl alive.
Yeah.
And I've pushed it for years. I've told people for years, and there was a point where even my mama was like, "Skyler, why? It's not convenient, you know.
Yeah.
You've got so many CDs. I mean, you don't have any room for them." And I'm like, "Yeah, Mama, but I mean, tell me you miss ripping open the CD package and looking at all the artwork and the lyrics, and maybe there's a message from the band that you might not get with the streaming."
Yeah, that's really cool, but, you know, the thing is that those days are over, man.
I don't believe that,
Those days are over. I believe so, you know, because...
I don't believe that, man, because vinyl... I remember when vinyl made a comeback, dude. Like, vinyl records...
Yeah.
If you would have told somebody in 10 years that vinyl would have made a comeback around 2020, people would have probably laughed at you.
Yeah, I think the aesthetic of it is cool. I think that it's a cool, like, kind of like a prop to have. I think that it's really cool to...
I don't think it's a prop, dude. I really like collecting vinyl and CDs because...
Well, a lot of people do.
You know, it's... And another thing about it is with streaming, it is convenient. And I'm not downing streaming. Let's just get this... Let's just get that out the way.
Clear this up.
Right. I'm not downing streaming. You know, I use it quite a bit myself. But I will say this, you know, James gave me facts and figures on how much Spotify takes away from artists.
Yeah, that is something as well. That is yeah.
And so in that case, if you want to directly support an artist, you go buy their CD. And I've always believed in that, you know, especially with torrent down. Like I was a huge torrent downloader. Back in my high school days, I would download music for people. But one thing about that, if you're gonna download their torrents, at least buy a CD from them, to support them. I've always believed in that, man. And the physical media as an art form, you remember like when Eminem's Recovery came out. That album had like a special message in it from Eminem himself.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. My mic's getting...
That's good, man.
My mic's getting all messed up. Sorry about that, bro. Yeah, Eminem, for sure. And I love the older CDs. Don't get me wrong.
And
I
Linkin
like
Park,
CDs.
Linkin Park's new album actually has a message in the CD case.
Yeah, I like CDs. But like as a personal preference, just me in general, I'm more of like a minimalist. So I don't like to have. I know it doesn't seem like it because I got a whole bunch of like stuffed animals over here and stuff, and I got a lot of paintings and whatnot. But I feel like if I didn't have all these paintings, I probably wouldn't have much of anything. I'm very minimal in the things that the things that I do have. Well, I do have a lot of knickknacks, if you would. I do have a lot of knickknacks, but I try to keep things to the minimum.
Right.
I
mean, I'm just talking from I've collected CDs all my life. Because that was a major pastime of mine. I was very musically inclined, so of course that was going to be, back then we didn't have cell phones, dude. So it was kind of harder to get a hold of music, and I love Apple Music.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to take, my love for CDs for granted because there was a time where that's all we had.
Yeah, just CDs. Well, I mean,
that's all you had was a CD.
Yeah, but with the streaming, man, because if you get a CD and there may be, you might not like all the songs on the album, You may not like all the songs. I mean, it does kind of force you to listen to them.
That's with anything. You might not like something on streaming.
Yeah, for sure. But with streaming, like, you can just click to the next one. But I do find that kind of an issue as well, because you don't get to fully embrace the art for what it is.
And see, and on that thing, I'm speaking from somebody that's musically inclined. You might not like it at first, like, I didn't hear them on CDs first, but like Machine Head. When I first heard Machine Head, I did not like them.
Yeah,
I did not like them at all. I thought they was way too screamy. For me.
Yeah.
Way too screamo. And then,
I've experienced artists, and I've definitely experienced songs or albums that just first listen to I didn't really like, and then after a while I got hip to it, and then I come to like it.
Right.
There's been a bunch of albums and a bunch of songs. Or like I've heard of albums, and then I've listened to the songs on there, and I'm like, it's just not a good album. And then
I didn't get into Master of Puppets for the longest time. Like Metallica, the only album I'd heard from them, that I really liked up to a point, up till about 2 years ago, was And Justice for All. And
that's a good one too.
A little bit of Load and Reload.
Yeah, Justice for All and Master of Puppets.
Black Album, I've kind of been here or there on. It's not my favorite Metallica album, but Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning.
And Ride the Lightning, yeah. Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All is definitely their best ones.
Like, I remember really sitting down and listening to Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets all the way through and just vibing with it. And
yeah, we need you playing stuff like that on the drums.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Or some Pantera.
Oh, yes, I would love to play some Pantera.
Yeah, we need you going crazy.
I would love to play some Pantera, man. I love that band. Dimebag is the best guitarist.
Oh, yeah.
Best metal guitarist you'll ever hear in your life.
Ever. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like with the streaming, I think that it's a good thing. I think that it's a net good.
It's a good thing to a point. It's a good thing to a point. Yes, I mean if you just want some music to listen to, you ain't got a CD player. Yeah, it's pretty convenient. Or if you just want to listen to things, you know.
Yeah, convenience. I think convenient is the right word. Yeah.
Right. Because
it's really convenient.
It is very convenient. I mean, it's a good thing because I like I said, I'm not downing streaming. I'm not saying that it's, you know, all bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, there are pros and there are cons. And one of the cons is that most streaming platforms don't give the artist the correct royalties.
Yeah. But if you want to get artsy, get you a dadgum CD or get you a dadgum vinyl. Yeah, just like the clocks, man. You can look at the dang time on your phone. But if you want to get artsy and aesthetic a little bit, get you an atomic one. Get you an atomic time taker. Dude. Man, we're gonna have to wrap it up, Skyler. We're getting close.
Yeah,
we're cutting the time, man.
So, thank you for watching this
Thank you so
episode of
much.
the Skyler Jarvis Show.
So sorry that it had to end abruptly. So sorry, but we'll be back. What, you thought that was funny?
Yeah, so without further ado, this is the Skyler Jarvis Show.
It is.
I'm your host, Skyler.
And
this is Carson.
Carson.
Signing off.
Signing off.
Peace!
Peace.